Hello and welcome, people of YouTube. It's Dom, aka Engine Rambles, coming back for another motovlog. I'm actually on my way to Colchester, Kawasaki, so I need to inquire about CBTs for a friend, even though I could just phone them, but fuck it, it's more fun to ride. Although saying that, it is a bank holiday weekend and it is a Sunday. There's a good chance they're not open. Should probably have checked that before I left. So a friend of mine is looking to get a 125 and get themselves on the road for the first time. They've never ridden bikes before, and yeah, it's coming up to summertime, and like a lot of people, they want a motorbike for the good weather. So I'm going to go inquire and find out how much they are, just because he's pretty useless with these things and won't ever actually sort it out himself. So I said I'd do it for him, sort it all out for him. So that's what I'm doing. The 125 he's looking at is the Yamaha R125. I don't know what the actual thing is, but it's the 125cc version of the Yamaha R6 or R1 or whatever you want to, whichever you want to say, whichever came first, chicken or the egg. And I was actually advising him not to buy the bike, that particular bike, because I mean I can't remember how much it was, but it's like 3,000 quid for a 125, which, let's face it, you're only going to ride for another year, maybe 2 years before you do your full test, or before you have to resit your CBT. So you might as well do your full test, get yourself something cheap as a 125, do your full test on it, and then spend good money on a big bike. That's what I did anyway. And it's not to say that the Yamaha R125 is a bad bike, because it's not. It's not a bad bike. There's a reason why, like, every 17-year-old who wants a sports bike but can only ride a 125 goes and gets one of them. It's because they're a decent bike, and they're good looking, and they're fast for a 125. But they're an awful lot of money, and they are a fuck ton, like a real fuck ton of money. And for me, they're just not worth it. I mean, the fun to price ratio on them is not good. It's really not. But does size matter? Like, do you need a big bike to have fun? I personally would say no, because it depends on the bike. I mean, yes, I love a sports bike for just doing what I just did there, carving through some turns. They are good fun for that. But they're not fun to poodle along on, or to cruise along with your friends. I mean, yeah, you can have fun on smaller bikes. When my Virago broke down, my uncle lent me it was effectively a Honda Grom, but it wasn't. It was a Hartford or something like that, some Taiwanese import. But it was mega fun. It had a tiny little wheelbase on it. It was no bigger than a Grom, no bigger than a BMX bike really, if you don't know what a Grom is. And it had like the shortest wheelbase in the world. Its wheelbase was like the length of these clip-ons. Like, it was tiny, but it was so small and so light, you could just throw it into turns. I mean, that thing would do almost a U-turn in a road like this at 30 miles an hour. It was ridiculous. On bike, you could do a U-turn in your lane. It was that fucking small. And it was good fun. Oh, massive bug just hit me right in the face. And it was good fun. And I rode, I mean, I had that Honda 750 Shadow, the VT 750S. And that bike was tremendous fun. But I've ridden normal Shadows, and they're not fun. Personally, I don't think they're fun. And it's not because they can't go screaming around bends or anything like that. I don't know. They just feel very dull. Like, they feel like a 40-50-year-old man's bike. And I'm not knocking that. It's just not what I like personally. It's just not what I find fun. Whereas the Shadow, the one I had at least, felt fun. It felt alive. It felt like it had a personality. It felt, you know, like Bumblebee. Bumblebee? Is that even a word? But yeah, bubbly, I think that's the one I'm going for. It felt like a fun bike, it felt like it wanted to be ridden. And my friend, he had an 800 Intruder, and that felt exactly the same as like the other Shadows. It just wasn't fun to ride. But then I've ridden some Harleys, like I've ridden an 83A and I've ridden a 1200 Sportster, and they're quite fun to ride. I don't mind them bikes, but then again I've ridden a Road King, for example, and that thing was, I mean, yeah, that Road King is built entirely for comfort and cruising, so what it does really well. But I just think bikes that are built for comfort and soul, they don't have comfort and, you know, long distance riding and stuff like that, they don't have a soul, they don't have any passion to them. I personally, that's what I think. And that doesn't matter what size they are. It can be, you know, like a 250 or something like that, or built all the way up to you know, like 1800s and stuff like that, and they still feel exactly the same in my opinion. Yeah, they got a hell of a lot more grunt, but they're still boring to ride. That's just my opinion. And I love cruisers, you've just got to find the right one. For me personally, I don't just love every cruiser. Same as sports bikes, I don't love every sports bike. You know, I mean, yeah, I love this bike, and for me this is tremendous fun. And this brings me on to the whole 6 versus thousands debate. Me personally, I prefer a 6 over a 1000. I do. Yeah, thousands are tremendously fast, and they're capable of things that you can't even compute. Oh shit, this is well bumpy. Fucking hell. They're not like lane dividers, they're actual fucking speed bumps. Fuck me, they're bumpy. So yeah, anyway, between 6s and 1000s, I'd rather have a 6. I mean, 1000s are tremendous fun. They're incredibly fast, but they are damn scary. And I mean, maybe I'm just not as experienced as some riders, but they are harder to drive fast. A 600, yeah, you have to work the gearbox more, but that for me makes you feel like I'm more inclined with the actual riding. I can't just yank the throttle back and go some. I have to bang it down a gear or two, and I like that. I also prefer how much lighter they are and how much easier they feel to control. But I mean, that's just my 2 cents. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you prefer 1000s or 600s in the Super Sport? And if you don't, what's the most fun bike that you've ever ridden, if it's not sports bikes? Hell, it can even be a cruiser. I just want to know. Let me know what your favourite bike is and what you think is the most fun bike you've ever ridden. Personally, for me, my favourite bike I've ever ridden is the thing I'm currently riding, but maybe I'm a little bit biased. That's definitely a police car. Definitely a police car. Do you know what? I hardly ever come across police. Like, very rarely do I come across police. Yeah, I've got out, and this is my 3rd vlog now, and this is the 2nd time I've come across a police car on a ride. So I think I'm probably going to end the video here. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Remember to like, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let me know what you guys think about what's the most fun bike you've ever ridden, and whether size actually is everything when it comes to fun on a motorcycle. Anyway, this has been Dom, aka Engine Rambles, and I will see you guys next time.